newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem.
Hey, what's up you guys? Tyler here, coming at you with another beer review video. Today's beer is the world-renowned, highly acclaimed KBS by Founders. Alright, so I'm sure most of you guys have heard of KBS by Founders. For the few of you that don't know what KBS is, it is Founders Stout, brewed with chocolate and coffee and then aged in oak bourbon barrels. Comes out once a year, super limited, super small release, and people go nuts for it. Founders is a brewery out of Michigan, if you don't know, and this is one of their most sought after beers. This is their 2017 version, so it was back in February, I believe, when it released, and it is part of this year's barrel aged series that they're doing. They're releasing 6 oak bourbon barrel aged beers, and this was the second release after Fruitwood. Alright guys, looking at the bottle, going through some of the literature. Alright guys, look at this label. Isn't that confusing? Pause the screen and read that. Isn't that confusing? Let me try this again. On the bottle it says, a flavored stout is good for everything a flavored stout ought to be good for. Am I reading that wrong, guys? I don't know. Anyway, leave a comment below. And then it says an ale brewed with chocolate and coffee aged in oak bourbon barrels. So on the back of the bottle it says, what we've got here is an imperial stout brewed with a massive amount of coffee and chocolates, then cave aged in oak bourbon barrels for an entire year to make sure wonderful bourbon undertones come through in the finish. Makes your taste buds squeal with delight. If you guys are going to hear me squeal today, I'm not sure yet. I've never squealed from a KBS yet. This was bottled on 2/22/2017, so like I said, in February, and it is coming in at 11.8%. IBUs either weren't on it or rubbed off the back. I ended up picking up only a 4-pack of it this year, but I kind of wish I would have picked up more, because as you guys probably know, stouts are one of my favorite, and imperial stouts, bourbon barrel aged, that's my thing, man. That's my thing. So enough talking, guys. Let's get into the beer with an aroma. Alright, so after some time since February, tons of vanilla, oaky dryness, bourbon, chocolate, both sweet milk chocolate and that bitter dark chocolate. Coffee is about maybe 75% of where it was when it was fresh, so it fades pretty quickly, but that's to be expected in a stout with coffee. Yeah, just massive chocolate, some vanilla, still a good amount of coffee. I mean, I said it faded a little bit, but there's still quite a bit there, and it smells like it's gonna be a good one. So yeah, guys, it smells great. Now let's get into a taste. Cheers. Right up front, dark bitter chocolate, like something like a dark chocolate Hershey bar, where it's still pretty sweet, but there's still a good amount of a bitterness to it. Super full bodied. Honestly, it's not as thick and fudgy as the Evil Twin Westbrook collab that I posted a review of last week, but it's still full bodied, medium full. It's going to give you what you want in that regard. The coffee comes through a decent amount of flavor, but then it leaves pretty quick and just leaves a bitterness, like a dry kind of oaky bitterness that on the back end that kind of stays in your mouth after you've finished it. In the middle part of the mouth is that bourbon. It's a little bit boozy, a little bit of sweet creamy vanilla, which is a good pleasant flavor. Not too much of a booze burn or anything like that, just good bourbon and vanilla flavors. Yeah, good mouthfeel. As it warms up, I think it's gonna the flavors are gonna come out a lot more. I took it out of the fridge maybe 15 minutes before the video. It could have been another 10 and I think we would have been fine. And as I go through this review, it's warming up pretty good and the flavors are coming out more. Yeah, as I'm letting it sit, letting it warm in my hands, the bitterness is kind of going away, and it's just more of that dark chocolate, coffee flavor, bourbon flavor, cream of vanilla, with a nice kind of fudgy, boozy aftertaste. which is pretty pleasant for this beer. I think I prefer this one fresh, right in February, but it's still holding up really well. I have 2 more bottles after this, so we're going to do maybe in another year, see where it's at. Yeah, as it warms up, that bourbon booze and bourbon flavor comes out a lot more, which is nice. I was a little disappointed at first, but I think it was a little too cold. So overall, we've got a great beer from Founders here. Limited release, tons of bourbon, tons of vanilla, tons of chocolate, some coffee, but it's faded, and that's okay because it's been a little while. But still, overall, a fantastic beer. Alright, so that's it for this beer review. I hope you guys are continuing to drink great beer too. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment below, subscribe, all that good stuff as always. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Later. Hey Colin, you're in a beer review. Backstage. Say hi to everybody. Everybody say hi to Colin. So guys, I'm just editing my video here, and I forgot a couple things. One, this video is filmed on my new camera, and it came early this week, so I'm super excited. Hopefully it looks good. I didn't give it a number grade. I'm gonna say 96. It's great. It's been warming up, which is fantastic, and I think it's even better, fudgier, boozier. It's good stuff. So again, thanks guys for watching. See you later.
Bye.